What's going on, everybody? Dialerix TV back with another video, and in today's video I will be discussing a report by Clutch Points pertaining to LeBron James playing a role in Kevin Love's potential Cavs exit amid trade rumors. So this article is by Paolo Sonko, whatever his name is. So it says, as of right now, Kevin Love is still a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's no secret, however, that the Cavs have been trying to ship the former All-Star as they try to usher in a new era in Cleveland. Cleveland will always be trash, in my opinion. According to former Cavs assistant coach James Posey, LeBron James has already played a role in Love's potential exit from Cleveland. Posey, himself a two-time NBA champion, firmly believes that Kevin Love still has a lot left in the tank. Posey also thinks that Love's stint playing alongside LeBron James has benefited Kevin in terms of leadership skills. I disagree. He knows what it takes to win, and also just now with him being the older statesman on the team, just showing his leadership value, Posey said on a recent episode of SiriusXM NBA Radio via Oral Dezon of Cavaliers Nation. I just think for an opportunity for him to win another championship, I think teams should look into getting Kevin Love. For him, I think he would be a totally different player just by understanding those things as far as what he brings to a team. Just like I said, learning earlier from LeBron James and his leadership, and also showing his growth and maturity. So physically and mentally, if he's able and he's all right with that, he should be a great player for any team. So this was reposted by SiriusXM on Twitter with a quote, "I think teams should look into getting Kevin Love." So if you guys would like to read that entire article, the link is in the description box. So you can never underestimate the GM, LeBron James. I think that Kevin Love would be a great addition to the Los Angeles Lakers, and he would be a perfect fit alongside LeBron James. This would be a great opportunity to be able to reunite with his former UCLA teammate Russell Westbrook, and also reunite with his former teammate on the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. Now, there's so many things that I could go through this article and just counter about what he said. First of all, he says that he knows what it takes to win, and just now with him being an older statesman on the team, just showing his leadership values, which we don't see none of those leadership values because the Cleveland Cavaliers have yet to be, in the playoff since LeBron James left. If you want to give that credit to LeBron James, albeit, so be it. But Kevin Love was still a great player before he went to, I just want to look at Kevin Love's numbers for a moment. But like I said, I think it'll be great for Kevin Love to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. I think it'll make them, he will be able to go back home and, play at home, which is ultimately what he wanted to do a long time ago. When he was back in Minnesota, there was rumors that he was going to go to the Golden State Warriors for Klay Thompson. And he just, he was one of the top power forwards in the league, many years ago. Great rebounder. And, a lot of players, they get, discredited once they join LeBron James and their numbers go down. But, and then there are people who will say, well, the Lakers, they don't have enough assets to trade for. There's too much money. They'll go over the luxury tax and this and that, blah, blah, blah. You can say whatever you want. But when you have superhero, the GM, dun, 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 to the rescue, none of that matters. LeBron James is the media darling. He gets what he wants. He's the NBA's darling. He get whatever he wants. If LeBron James want Kevin Love, he'll get Kevin Love. Now, Kevin Love only averaged 12 points this year. Obviously, I think he was injured this year, if I'm not mistaken. He only played 25 games. So, Kevin Love will come in. He'll be great to give Anthony Davis some rest, especially with the addition of DeAndre Jordan. All DeAndre Jordan is going to have to do, he's going to take a lot of, he's going to be able to make Anthony Davis' job easier by not having to play the 5 as much. He can focus solely on playing the 4. Then they also have Dwight Howard, who could, protect the paint, and they'll be able to, defensively, you don't have to put so much pressure on Anthony Davis. The main focus right now is to win a championship. They're not worried about Defensive Player of the Year. They're not worried about, MVPs and things like that, MVP awards, which a lot of them are far past the MVP discussion anyway. But they're not focused on getting MVPs this year. The main focus is ultimately to win a championship. It says that I think he would be a totally different player just by understanding those things as far as what he brings to the team. Kevin Love, if he joined the Los Angeles Lakers, you're going to get the same Kevin Love that you got when he was in Cleveland. You're not going to get that Kevin Love from Minnesota any longer. A lot of players digress once they play with LeBron James. And as far as maturity and, physically, mentally, when we talk about mentally, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin Love had a mental breakdown playing with LeBron James. So, let's not act like he just all of a sudden all that stuff is just going to be erased once he reunites with LeBron James. Now, I think that Kevin Love will obviously make the Lakers much deeper. He's a great floor spacer. He's a great shooter. And I'm not going to say that Kevin Love is the best defensively, but the league is, kind of transitioning over to a more up-tempo, fast-paced, shoot the ball. That's all they want to do is score. That's what this NBA is transitioning to, a scoring league. So I think that the Lakers need a lot more scoring. They need another shooter. I think personally they need a 3-and-D, elite player. But Kevin Love would provide more scoring for them, and he'll come in there and be another shooter that the Lakers really need. And honestly, Kevin Love just needs to get out of Cleveland. He needs to go. Cleveland is trash. And no disrespect to the city, I respectfully say this. Kevin Love served his time, did what he needed to do in Cleveland, but it's time to get out. I don't think that there's nothing left that he can bring to that team that'll help them win. They just need to start over. They just need to gut the whole entire squad, at least till LeBron James and his son comes back, which I think is the ultimate plan. And you can always leave it up to LeBron James to step in and ruin your team. And even LeBron James is the GM on other teams. He's not just the GM on the teams that he goes to. He's the GM for other teams. Like, I've never seen a player be have multiple jobs as one. How could you be a GM for other teams in the NBA? Like, no one. Didn't Kanye West once said, Kanye West once said, no one man should have all that power. And LeBron James, which they call LeBronda, hence Donda, they said that LeBron James, it has a lot of power. He's running the league. But the Cleveland Cavaliers are garbage, trash, boo-boo juice. They need to go ahead and let Kevin Love go. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to trade Kevin Love. Are the Lakers going to offer Marc Gasol? Are the Lakers going to offer, other pieces? Because there have been rumors that the Lakers are trying to trade Marc Gasol. So I don't want to hear nothing about, the luxury tax. The Lakers don't have enough money. The Lakers don't have enough assets. When it comes to LeBron James could trade the cheerleader girl. He could trade the water boy. LeBron James could trade the towel boy. LeBron James could trade the coach. LeBron James could trade the security guard. LeBron James could trade Jeannie Buss if he wanted to for Kevin Love. If LeBron James wanted to right now, he could call Adam Silver on the phone and do a straight up deal, Jeannie Buss for Kevin Love right now, and Adam Silver is going to do it. I think that this will be a great team to watch. It'll be a fun team to watch.